Yeah, so I was having a conversation with a certain lady, and she asked me a question. She was like, why is it that these days the number of single mothers keeps increasing? So I gave her a very simple answer. She was confused, and I told her when I get to the studio, I'll explain everything. So definitely, I know she'll be watching this. So I told her that the reason why we have a lot of single mothers, or we continue to have a lot of single mothers in the system, is because there are a lot of single mothers in the system. She was confused, and I know you are also confused, but here is the thing. When a single mother is raising a daughter, do you know the main things they mostly teach them? One, independency. They teach their daughters to be independent. Then the question is, independent from who? Or independence of who? That is the main question that comes to mind. And the answer is independence from a man. You see, when a man gets money, when a man becomes rich, what he thinks about all the time is how to find himself some beautiful wife with kids, build some house, buy some cars, and then enjoy with his family. That's what a man thinks about. So a man who is supposed to be independent doesn't really think about independency. And the next thing he thinks about is togetherness. But a single mother will teach the daughter to become independent. So from the beginning, it's going to be learn hard, go to school, learn hard, come out with flying colors, and become somebody great in future. Gather resources for yourself. You don't need a man. So the next thing is you don't need a man. You don't need a man. You don't need a man. And it continues. So these children grow up with that kind of mentality of I don't need a man. I can do things on my own. I am an independent lady. So the kind of humility they are supposed to give to men, they don't do that. So men come into their life. At the end of the day, they get pregnant. The man realizes that this lady, instead of her being a lady, she's trying to be a man like me. And he walks away. So when he walks away, she gives birth and she becomes a single mother. I hope you are getting me. So what happens is that God has created men different from women and vice versa. A man is supposed to be like the boss. Sometimes when ladies hear things like this, they get pissed, they get annoyed because they feel like all things should be equal. But that's not it. God, in His own wisdom, didn't create things or men and women to be equal. Naturally, a man has pride. A man wants to be the one leading. You understand? A man wants to be the one in charge. So at home, a man always wants to be the final sayer. Like after his decision, there should be no other decision. That is the natural trait that can be found in a man. So when a woman from her childhood has the mentality of becoming independent, has the mentality of not needing a man, she grows up with that kind of attitude. So at a point in time that she needs a man in her life, instead of her allowing the man to take the lead, instead of her following that hierarchy, no, she wants to be the one in charge. Then it becomes like man to man. And every man will always want to see the feminism from a woman or of a woman. So if as a woman you are not trying to be a feminine, you are not trying to be the female type, and you also want to rock shoulder with a man, the man will walk away because it becomes boring. That is why sometimes some ladies feel like men are mostly intimidated when ladies become successful. No, men are not intimidated. It just becomes so boring for a man to live with a woman, and instead of her to take orders, she wants to give orders. So the whole problem starts with how these single mothers train their daughters right from the beginning. I'll come back again and then talk about how they train the boy child also. And then we'll see the difference between when a man raises a child alone and when a woman also raises a child alone. We'll see the difference and we will know who needs who in their life. Thank you. And if this is your first time watching my videos, I'll urge you to subscribe, follow, like, comment, share. Let it reach the last person. Thank you.